This is the Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy.
This is Mr. Anderson.
This is good old JR Jim Ross, and you are listening.
You're listening to Knockouts and 3 Counts.
Cover! We got a new world champion!
That might be one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Knockouts and 3 Counts is the podcast, baby! It's the real deal, baby!
Knockouts and 3 Counts starts now.
Ooh, what up? No, it is a Sunday, and I gotta go sling the damn mail tomorrow. But you know what? I got a job to get done, and Hell in a Cell just finished, and Cody Rhodes got the job done, even with a fucked up pectoral. If you guys were watching Hell in a Cell, let us know what you think in the comments. This is Knockouts and 3 Counts. J-Bone, how you hanging over there with after just watching Hell in a Cell?
Hey man, it was a good premium live event. I keep wanting to call it pay-per-view, but good premium
always
live
be
event,
pay-per-views
dude.
to me.
Yeah,
just saying.
Right. I'll tell you what though, I'm having a hard time staying up this late. I wish they'd move all these little premium live events to Saturday. To be honest, dude. But hey, for what it was, man, that was a good card, top to bottom. I enjoyed it. It wasn't hard to sit through, to be honest. And then, like you said, that Cody Rhodes match, dude, and that pec, oh, bro, I could never had a bad injury like that. But yeah, I knew it was gonna be bad, right? I honestly thought it was gonna be taped up or in some way.
Hey, look who it is! It's the homie Gil Gradado, who kicked my ass when I was in Vegas. You are right. Cody Rhodes is a maniac. You talk about wanting to, put in the performance and prove your worth and all those things, man, and talk about going the extra mile. I mean, Cody Rhodes, literally, I mean, dude, there's not a person, like, you could literally see the way it took the air out of the crowd. Like, did anybody else peep how as soon as he,
dude, there was like a gasp.
Right.
Like
as soon as he took his coat off, dude, like, literally, it was like, oh shit, like, he's like tore up.
I was expecting it to be like taped up or covered up by some sorts or something, but we got the full view of that thing. And even when he turned to the side, you could tell it was just puffed up and just gross, dude. Yeah, it was. Hey, but props to him, dude, for going forward and
doing the whole match. They went like what, 20-25 minutes. I mean, and then they had all the stuff with the sledgehammers and all that stuff. What were your guys' thoughts on the main event, the Hell in a Cell match? We're gonna kind of go down the crowd and stuff. Like I said, shout out to our homie Gil, who was watching us all the way from Vegas. If you guys missed it, you can check out our Double or Nothing vlog. We just got back from Vegas and AEW Double or Nothing. We went through the Blue Wire Studios, checked out the homies from ESPN and DAZN. I went and got my ass kicked at Extreme Couture, and we went and saw Double or Nothing with our buddy Ryan McKinnell from SiriusXM Busted Open. So like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Brock over in the Reality Era News. If you guys are wrestling fans, make sure you check out that group. Triple H had the same injury after a match. Cody's in a Hell in a Cell, injured, unfreaking believable. Hey, I mean, dude, there's no way to argue it. I mean, dude, all the respect in the world for Cody. Gil, you being a trainer, do you know what the timetable is for how long you're usually out for a torn pec?
Yeah, I was reading, man, like it's gonna require some surgery and all that. I just thought
you saw what Gil said there. He said nothing you can do, especially with a tear, especially that severe.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they were gonna not want to show, with the way the WWE is now, you want to show the graphic.
Damn, 6 to 8 months minimum.
Oh, wow, man, that sucks. That sucks, man. But hey, like I said, for what it was, the fact that he went in there, did the spots that he did, going through a table, swinging a sledgehammer. Dude, that guy's got some balls, man. Let's be honest. That ain't no joke, dude. That's a nasty, nasty injury. But hey, he pulled it out, man. So hopefully, speedy.
You want to talk about babyface moves right there? It's kind of hard for anybody to boo Cody Rhodes after that one. Well, let's talk a little bit about this card, dude. So we started off with what I thought was a fucking banger. You had the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. You had the champion, the EST, Bianca Belair, taking on Asuka and big time Becky Lynch. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of was hoping that we would see Asuka get her one-on-one chance, but dude, after the way that match turned out, what a fucking banger to start that show.
way to start the show too, right? Red hot.
What up,
man.
Philly B?
That was a great triple threat match, dude. They came out firing, dude. Red hot match, dude. I was a little. What'd you think about Becky's entrance helmet thingy, whatever that was?
Yo, I like ever since Becky like redid her hair and everything, the first thing I think of is like it reminds me of the Fifth Element. But I think it's totally dope. Like her entrance gear was dope. You can see she's been putting the time in the gym, dude. Like I said, big time Bex is okay with me. I got to meet her a few years ago, WrestleMania weekend when I worked out with Seth. She came through. She's an animal in the gym too. That's the thing. Is if anyone needed to notice that, she's an animal too. But, you know, the thing that really stuck out to me in this match, and I don't know if it stuck out to you guys. If you guys are watching, let us know what you think in the comments. But, you know, it really was a standout performance for me for Bianca. Not that it shouldn't have been with her being a champion, but I really felt like this is one of her first performances as champion where we really saw her kind of have like the generalship around that ring. Like she looked like she was controlling the pace of a lot of that action. But then again, when you're adding Asuka, you know, an Asuka and a Becky Lynch to it, man, what a fucking match. But what are your thoughts on the performance from the retaining champion, the EST Bianca Belair?
I think the right woman won that one, man. I think she needs a good, long, healthy reign. You know what I mean? I think I want to see her and Asuka go at it one-on-one. And I think that's going to take us, you know, far and beyond and for that title anyway, because let's face it, dude, Asuka's great. She just hasn't really had the proper standoff with the champ. She needs her one-on-one matches, dude. You can't just keep throwing Asuka in these little folds of triple threats and stuff like that and scrambles. Got to get Asuka in there, get her some action, man. But all in all, that match was fire. Perfect way to start out the card, dude. That crowd was into it, and for me, I think the right woman won.
Whip, what up, though? I'm with you, bro. The EST definitely did her thing. She was my standout in that match, bar none. I think the right woman won that. My big thing too, and I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. I really hope that we don't see, you know, I hope they keep Asuka in that top level. I mean, it's not like they got a lot of names to go to, especially with everything that's been going on with Naomi and Sasha and all that too. I really hope now that Asuka's back, we don't see her slip back into that mediocre stuff, because to me, she is one of the top tier players as far as the females go. Definitely. For sure. I can't argue that, Brock. I mean, Bianca has by far solidified herself, you know, as one of the top players for WWE. I think it was a great match, great way to, you know, to finish the match. Who do you think Bianca's next challenger is, and do you guys think that there's any chance that we're going to see unification on the women's side?
I was just gonna say that. What are we thinking with that kind of thing, man? Because
I mean, I would like all. It was a thing for. I would like them all to be unified, personally, but
yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I'm really hoping she does something with Asuka. I want to see something go, you know, good ways with Asuka, man. Like you said, we need her. She's gone for a long time, which I don't even remember why she was gone, but
I don't think anybody does, bro, and that's the sad part.
Yeah, was there even a thing for that? But yeah, I'd like to see her get her shot, man, and they could put together a good feud for a couple months, I think. So I'd like to see that.
I'm with it, bro. I think Bianca versus Asuka is different. I think it's got legs if they're gonna run it for a little while. That's not a bad move for where EST goes next. I think there needs to be a unification. There aren't enough women on the roster to maintain the split. I completely agree with you. I think, especially now that you've unified the men's titles, I think unifying the women's titles and the tag titles, I think that's a great move. Definitely am okay with that for sure.
Yeah,
hell yeah, dude. And like I said, we were talking about that especially too. I don't know if you checked out NXT in your house too. Like man, it was a lot of stuff this weekend. We also had the UFC going down. We saw Biggie Boy get knocked out by Volkov. Dude, a lot of shit to watch this weekend, huh?
Yeah. It was a busy time in the old entertainment of sports, you know, mixed martial arts, professional wrestling, and all that. It was a lot to watch, man. I enjoyed it. Got to relax a little bit. I'm still coming off the Vegas hangover, you know what I mean? So I kind of had to.
You ain't lying. Coming off that Vegas hangover, dude. Tuesday kicked my ass when I went back to work. Like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys check out that vlog from AEW Double or Nothing. You can see me get my ass kicked over there at Extreme Couture as well. But hey, dude, I mean, we've got some dope ass stuff that's going to be coming up this week on Knockouts and 3 Counts as well. We're going to have the return of Uncle Chase Burnett this Tuesday as he is getting ready for quite the big match at AIW. You know, he's going to be mixing it up again with Matt Cross and Jack Evans, and let me see who all is in that match with Chase. Do you know the full lineup on that one, J-Bone?
He was in a six-way scramble.
He's in a scramble match. I'm just trying to remember all the names that are. Here you go. I got it right here. Let's see. M-Dog, Matt Cross, Chase Burnett, Bandito, Jack Evans, Chase Oliver, and Mikey Montgomery. Big match for. Like I said, big match for Uncle Chase. We're going to be talking about that. You can check that out on IWTV. And then on Thursday, you know, we're getting back to some of our fighting roots, man. You're going to have Britain Hart Beltran of Bare Knuckle FC will be joining us before her fight with Rowdy Beck Rawling, formerly of the UFC. We're going to talk to these ladies before they get in that squared circle and throw down. About to throw them hands. Like I said, make sure you're checking us out this Thursday. Britain Hart from BKFC will be live with us this Thursday at 9 p.m. And Uncle Chase Burnett will be live with us this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Well, like I said, we are back and talking about Hell in a Cell. Let's talk about this whole thing with MVP and Omos and Lashley. All right. Now, with you being the hip hop guy, what were your thoughts on MVP's rap before the match?
This track, dude. Hey, like I always say, man, it ain't got to be great. It's just got to be good these days. And it was pretty good for what it was. It's a diss track, bro. And it's MVP. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like that? Fire. If you ask me, great job. I like that, man.
I like that, but to be honest, I think I like the diss track better than I did the match, man. What are your thoughts on the Giant Omos, man? Like, I've met the guy. He's a cool guy, but I don't know, man. Just something with the chemistry with him and Lashley. Maybe it's because it's two big dudes or whatever. But, man, I don't know. That match just didn't go off very well to me. I honestly feel like there's more money in seeing MVP versus Lashley. But with that being said, I mean, I understand with almost being, you know, the big guy that they want to, you know, they want to push. Brock saying this feud is pointless.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know. So with that being said, Brock and
it's stale for me, though. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen it at Mania, we've seen it at WrestleMania Backlash, we've seen it again. We're not really throwing new elements into it. You know what I mean? I mean, Lashley's over. You've seen it tonight. That crowd was very hot for Bobby Lashley. He was over in Chicago, dude, and they loved him. So that right there should tell you, okay, time to move on. Let's do something else. Not saying Omos he's a good talent, dude. He's huge, right? He's probably exactly what Vince wants over there, but you got to find that guy's groove somewhere else. He's got a long way to go, but maybe take him out of the equation for a minute and keep MVP in there, like you said. And, you know, you got Cedric Alexander coming back into the picture. Who knows what's going to happen with that, you know? I mean, there's got to be something else. That feud right there is just getting stale. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, dude. I mean, you got nothing new out of it. So
can't argue again with you, Brock. You know, I mean, almost has a lot of potential. We don't need to see him and Lashley over and over again. Exactly. I can't argue that, man. I mean, at this point, I think this feud's pretty much done what it's going to do. And again, shout out to MVP, shout out to Omos. Like, not hating on either one of them. It just seems like at this point, it's kind of run its course. With that being said, who do you want to see Lashley go against next?
That's tough, man. I don't know. Yeah, did you notice he grabbed that title from that fan in the front row, and he was kind of walking around with that belt like he wants that title back. Maybe let's throw it back in the title picture. You know, let's get him a clean shot at Roman. Maybe, I don't know. I'd like to see that. Maybe going into SummerSlam somewhere in there. Maybe Money in the Bank. We'll see.
Well, before we get to the next match, I mean, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. What were your thoughts? Do you think it took away from Hell in a Cell that there was no world title match on it? What were your thoughts on not seeing the Big Dog or the Usos on this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view?
Yeah, going into it, I was kind of like bummed out about that. But honestly, man, they did pretty well without him. I thought it was a good premium live event. Good show. I'll just call it a show. It was a good show, but yeah, no,
PLE, bro. It's the PLE.
I'm a traditional wrestling guy. I like to see the titles on every major pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Like, I like to see all that. So whether it's in a big feud or not, I like to see it there at least make an appearance of some sort. But no, I mean, you can't really argue though. It was a good show. You can't say much more than that. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, it delivered for what it had. Like I said, I mean, all respect in the world to Cody for getting in there. Joey saying he doesn't think he should have been allowed to wrestle. But, I mean, hey, dude, that's created for some of the biggest moments in wrestling. I mean, everybody keeps mentioning the Triple H pec tear. I mean, how about the Triple H quad tear when they finished that match, too? I mean, man, you talk about gutting it out. I mean, those are some of the biggest moments in wrestling, man, is seeing some of these men and women gut it out for our entertainment. Like I said, with that being said, hopefully a quick and speedy recovery for Cody Rhodes.
When did that happen? Did this happen because I started seeing rumblings of it this morning?
They said it was after. They said it was lifting weights. So I mean, I would assume it was while he was working out in between shows.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just it. Maybe the timetable was like, dude, what are we gonna do if we don't have you? Type of thing. And I'm sure they gave him the choice. I mean, you can't force anybody to work injured. So he probably just manned up.
But I'm sure Cody manned up because, I mean, think about it. He's in the very beginning of his run coming back to WWE. He's already up in 2-0, and now they had him beat Seth Rollins with 3 straight matches and then have him get the W like that. I mean, that's a hell of a way to start somebody back out in a company. With that being said, I mean, who do you guys want to see Seth Rollins face next? I mean, he just took 3 losses to a guy who, if he takes the full extent to recover, like Gil was talking about, we're talking about 6 to 8 months of Cody Rhodes being out, and Seth Rollins just took 3 straight losses to him.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll be curious to see where he goes next. Because that dude, I mean, he's got to be in the big picture, right? On Raw, that dude, he has been. So we'll see, man. It'd be good to think about. But what'd you think about the polka dots, the Dusty Rhodes?
I loved it. And again, shout out to the Reality Era News Group, Justin, man. I'm gonna need you to look into your history, bro. The polka dots was money. I love the fact that he took a shot at the whole thing with Dusty, with Cody having talked about it so much. Ed, you're not right for saying that was Sapphire's clothes that Seth was wearing. You're not right. But yeah, dude, I loved the polka.
It could have been.
Hey, dude, I didn't have any problem with the polka dots. What were your guys' thoughts on Seth Rollins' polka dots? I liked it. I liked that there were a lot of for the match being what it was and having to deal with all the stuff it did. I liked all the little throw-ins, like with the polka dots and all that. And then when you add to it, like the stuff with the Triple H stuff, like with the sledgehammer and the pedigree, I liked the callbacks to those. And
even
I don't know. I mean,
the cowbell.
Yeah, and I love that too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that surprised me a little bit. I'm like, damn, does everybody got a backpack under the ring right now? But
right, you know what I mean? I was surprised that they were gonna do a spot with something. Like, I honestly thought he was gonna put it on the torn pec, wrist or arm or whatever, and like, okay, that'd be a thing. But
yeah, you're not wrong, dude. But I mean, again, Seth showing why Seth is what Seth is, man. Like I said, I thought for what it was, man, shout out to both guys for getting that match done. We've said it a bunch here at nauseum, but it can't be understated. Shout out to Cody Rhodes for making that happen. You were saying before we went live how you're such a big fan of KO, so I'll let you lead off on this one. What were your thoughts on KO and Ezekiel?
Look, man, that whole thing with Ezekiel, I don't know what's going on with that, but does dude not remind you of like a modern day mix of Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man, just like mashed up into one, like physique wise?
If he still had the Elias beard, yes.
He's got like the tassels going on, you know what I mean? Like, you're told, and the color scheme, like that's Ultimate Warrior-esque, dude. But I don't know. I like it. It's entertaining, but KO, like you said, KO's a savage, dude. You just don't mess with KO. And he proved that tonight, man.
And he basically ran through him too. That's the thing.
Pretty much, dude. So I'm a fan of everything KO does, man. That guy's always been great. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping bigger and better things for him, some way, shape, or form, sometime soon. I'd like to see him go levels above. I want to see him in the title picture, but I just don't think it fits right now. So that's just fantasy booking for me. So
can't argue that. Like I said, I mean, I'm a big fan of KO and what it is. I think they pretty much saw that this whole Ezekiel Elias thing is pretty much ran its course. Brock saying in the comments, he said Ezekiel reminds me of Super Macho Man from Tyson's Punch Out.
I knew I seen it somewhere. I know, man. I know I seen that little thing, that gig somewhere. Man,
I don't know why we ever had to switch from Elias, dude. Like everybody wanted to walk with Elias, and now
digging that, dude.
Right, dude. Everybody wanted to walk with Elias. Make sure you guys are walking with us and hitting that subscribe button if you guys are new here on YouTube. Like I said, big week this week. Britton Hart from BKFC will be joining us this Thursday. We'll be joined by Uncle Chase Burnett before he gets back in there with Matt Cross and Jack Evans and Bandito and all of those guys on IWTV. All right. I've said this multiple times on the show. If you guys check out the stuff from when we were there at WrestleMania in Dallas, like I said, ring the bell. I have been a big fan since the start of what we've seen from Judgment Day. And, dude, those jackets that they came out with tonight were hard body. Yes. Like, they reminded me of, like, old school Edge and, like, a Brood thing. And, look, I'm not mad at looking at Rhea Ripley ever on my TV screen. So I'm just saying Judgment Day's look was dope. I thought the match was really good, too. What were your thoughts on Judgment Day?
Hey, man, they look the part, bro. They're cool. They look cool. And like you said, Rhea Ripley, never hard to look at, man. But just that group in a whole, man. Like, honestly, I know everybody talks about adding a new person to this faction. I'd be fine with where it's at, dude. Like, it's totally cool with where it's at. That's the thing. Like, they are cool. Are they not? Like, they're cultish, but like, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Brood.
They got that, like, Brood vibe.
They got that Brood little. You know, it just, the vibe on that whole group is cool as hell, dude. But the match itself, dude, I thought that was another banger of a match. I'm liking that we're getting more of these like 6-man matches. Like the trios thing is kind of coming back into wrestling. You know what I mean? I dig it, dude. I love the chaos of 6-man tags. I've always loved that shit. But as far as like that man, who got busted open? Was it AJ, right? Did he get?
I didn't see anybody get split.
I thought he got busted open the heart because I noticed there was some blood on the outside of the ring there at the end of that match. I'll have to go back.
I didn't notice that. Did anybody see who got busted in that one? If it was AJ, I didn't notice it.
Pretty sure.
Brock, are you talking about the new Judgment Day theme song by Alter Bridge? If so, you are 110% right, my guy. I love the fact that they had Alter Bridge do the song again for Edge, being that they did his most famous song, that Metalingus thing. Yeah, dude. And then when you add to the match, okay, like I like the vibe with Finn and AJ, you know, pointing back to their Bullet Club roots and things like that. I think this group, like you said, could be completely fine as a three-piece group like they got right now. But I mean, dude, they look dominant, and I liked how, you know, the spear kind of like came out of nowhere, and even for Edge and Rhea and Priest to not have been together for that long, dude, they seem to really be gelling very well. I'm a big fan of what we're seeing for Judgment Day. I'd like to see, you know, I would like to see like some other groups kind of form, like with what we've been seeing in AEW with all the factions. I mean, I know WWE is not the biggest place for groups and things, but I'd like to see somebody kind of band up to fight against them. But like I said, big fan of what we've seen from Judgment Day. And like I said, I got to meet Rhea Ripley WrestleMania weekend. And from what you heard with past guests of the show, Ryan McKinnell, which if you guys are new here, like I said, we just had the homie from Busted Open on, and he was saying, I mean, she couldn't have been a nicer person, but boy, Rhea Ripley is a killer to that women's division if they'll let it go. Oh, yeah. They need to have someone compete with Rhea. As much as I like Liv, she can't do it consistently. I completely agree with you. Rhea is a killer. She needs to be near and around the championship at all times, or if not in a serious thing. At this point, we've pretty much proven that she's going to decimate Liv. I'm with you. She needs to be up there towards the main event picture, and especially with her in this heel role, I think her and Bianca again would be dope to see as well. So I am all for that. All right, Brock, since I know you were watching it, I want to know what your guys' thoughts were on this. J-Bone was asking me about this before the show. What were your guys' thoughts on Madcap Moss, if I can spit it out, Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin? Do you not give a damn? What did you think? What were your thoughts on that match? Do you see the upside for Madcap Moss? I see a lot of people on Twitter saying they think they can see big things for Madcap. As far as the look and all that stuff, the guy looks like $1 million. We haven't seen as much to him being able to talk. I think Corbin's going to be okay regardless of where they go. I think Madcap needed to win more than Corbin. At the end of the day, I think the right guy won. I don't really know who he goes against next. I mean, hell, what if we had Madcap Moss versus Boogs when his knee comes back or something? But with that being said, I think the right guy won, but I think Corbin is still going to end up the higher rung out of this one.
Yeah. That the ending to that match was pretty dope, huh? He took the stairs put his neck in the chair and hit him with the stairs. That was something you don't see very often. I kind of dug that, but I know, man, I was seeing it through the whole match, dude. Twitter was lighting up, and I agree with Brock. I'm glad that's over. That was painful to watch for me, dude. I don't know what everybody sees in Madcap. Dude looks the part, don't get me wrong. Great physique, guy knows what he's doing out there. Yeah, he got rid of the suspenders, so that was a plus. He's in some wrestling tights again. That's good for him. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess I just don't see what everybody is seeing. Like, this dude's next level. He's gonna be great. This guy's gonna be a star. Like, from watching what? You know what I mean? Like, we've only seen him pretty much do this so far. And it's not doing
T-Pain, what's good, man? What did you think of Madcap Moss and Cody's chest and everything from Hell in a Cell, man?
So Madcap, I mean, where does he even go? I guess you could just toss him into matches on SmackDown every week and kind of just get him to shine I guess. But I mean, what would be interesting? Like, there's really nothing interesting with Madcap.
Hey, man,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's when I seen that happening tonight. I was like, they're gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. Oh, they're gonna do that, and then they did it. I'm like, okay. We haven't seen that in a long time.
All I know is Corbin better be gone for a few weeks is all I'm saying. Like, Corbin better be gone for a few weeks. If he shows up next week,
he's going to show up he's going to show up with like a whiteboard. It's going to be his new gimmick. He's going to write all his stuff.
He wants the pencil. He wants the motherfucking pencil. That's what he wants. You know who else wants a pencil? Fellow past guests of the show. If you guys are new here, check out our chat with Austin Theory right before the Evolve 10th anniversary special. You can also see our chat with Josh Briggs from NXT as well. We got a comment about the Madcap match. Madcap match was pretty good. It wasn't bad in my opinion, and Cody just looked bad. Mad respect for Cody and for Seth. Went super easy on him without making it look like it. Mad respect. He seriously needs to go back to the Lone Wolf.
I'd be all right with that. To be honest, talking about Corbin.
I can't argue that at all, man. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Corbin. I think Corbin was one of the best heels they have. I think regardless of how they do it, I think he's going to be dope. I don't think he'll ever kind of go back completely to the Lone Wolf character because of the way they've played it with him having, all the money and all that kind of stuff. I don't know that we're necessarily going to see him go back to the Lone Wolf character, but I think Baron Corbin has proven he's going to be a character for them in the long run, regardless. I don't know, man. I would like to see him actually get to a point at some point where they start messing with him around the world title. Like I think Corbin. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Like you said, he's a great heel. I mean, you need a good heel around the world title at all times. You know what I mean? So it can't just be Roman. You know what I mean? Like, you need some good heel work out there. So I'd be all right with that. I wouldn't mind it. He can do it. He's got the talent to do it. You know what I mean? So
I'm with you, dude. Like I said, Tim referencing what Brock said about the Lone Wolf character, usually once they move back, they don't usually go back that way. So it'll be interesting to see where Corbin goes next and see who he ties it up with. But, we mentioned past guests of the show, Austin Theory. We've seen the thing with him and Ali playing out for a few months now. I don't know, man. Like, even though this show was solid for the most part, all the way through, and it was a decent match. I mean, again, another feud that just kind of seems like it didn't make sense. Theory wins again against Ali, but okay, so where does Ali go from here?
Right. Yeah,
I mean, what were your?
I thought Ali looked great, man. But like you said, it's just the story wasn't there for me. I mean, we already know that Theory's a rising star. He's going to be on top, within the next 2-3 years. You would think he's going to be top of his game,
That dude
But
is money. Shout out to
yeah,
our boys at G3 Payroll and Tax. Like I said, make sure you check them out. Tell them Knockouts and 3 Count sent you.
it was a good matchup. His gear, Ali's gear was dope though, huh? The Chicago native gear. I like that stuff, shit like that, man. But I want to
I
see
like that
more
arena they were
from
in.
him.
Shout out to our boy Devin, dude. That arena is so awesome. That arena is their arena. The old Rosemont Horizon that Stone Cold's always said is his favorite arena to wrestle. And having gotten to be there, me and Devin were there for Money in the Bank with our boy Eddie J. What up, Ed? We're gonna have to see you at AEW coming up here in a few weeks. If you guys are going to AEW Dynamite, we will be in the building. And I've got Blood and Guts, man. You're not lying, bro. I mean, that's gonna be pretty dope to see in person, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm pumped for that. Like I was saying on Twitter, man, it's a plus on top of a plus. You know what I mean? So I'm pumped about that.
Oh, dude, I don't really think there's anybody right now that I could see even getting close to take the title off of Roman right now. What do you think about what Brock said? Do you think there's anybody that'll get close to taking the belt off of Roman with Roman having the more relaxed schedule?
No, not yet, man. I think that makes it all the way to WrestleMania. I mean, we're gonna have a good match with him and Drew at that London Stadium show. That's gonna be a banger, I bet. But I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen there, right? With Drew being the hometown guy and his home.
Oh, Drew's totally getting his shot. Drew's totally getting his title shot at the Castle thing.
Yeah. I think that's already in play. But I think if he's gonna lose that belt, it's gotta happen there. If it doesn't happen there, I can't see it happening at least until WrestleMania.
What up, Doe?
So
yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And man, I tell you, shout out to CM Punk, who we also know got hurt as well. We were talking a little bit about AEW. We will be at AEW Dynamite, but I don't know, J-Bone, dude. I'm really considering taking a road trip to go slide through that forbidden door.
Yeah, you thinking about it? What's the date for that?
June
20th?
No, June 27th, I believe.
27? Okay.
Or I'll tell you, I'll look it up. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. I hope we see Drew back in the title pick. There you go, Chris coming in with the information. See, I don't even need to do it. June 26th.
June 26th. Okay.
Yeah, man, I am thinking about making the trip down there. Hopefully, we'll be credentialed down there and can bring you guys some cool content back from Chicago. Like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I mean, we pretty much went through most of Hell in a Cell. I mean, J-Bone, what were your overall thoughts? What would you give a grade on the show? And what are your thoughts on the guests we got coming up this week?
Look, man, the guests we got coming up this week, I'm going to give it a solid A+. As far as tonight's show, Hell in a Cell, I'm no Dave Meltzer, but I'll give it a solid B. All right? B for me only, and that's only because there was no world title match. That's pretty much it. Hell in a Cell, though, look, like I said, I'm an old school guy. Hell in a Cell for me 15 years ago was completely different. The fact that they still have it, it still looks gnarly as hell because it's red and cool as hell. The match they had tonight, A. But pay-per-view wise, I'm sorry, premium live event wise, solid B for me. Good show though.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a B-. All in all, dude, it was all in all for what they had, and especially with Cody getting hurt at the last hour, with it being so close to the show and all that stuff. Justin CM Punk, he's a good dude. I met him 3 times. Dude, CM Punk seems like a cool dude. He walked through we saw him a few times throughout the hotel. Like I said, if you're new here, bro, you got to go and check out our vlog on YouTube. We were there for AEW Rampage. We were there for AEW Double or Nothing. We were in the Blue Wire Studios. Hell, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe you'll see a Renee Paquette sighting here on the show soon. Chris James hopping back in. Cody versus Seth was 5 stars. Okay, so we're getting good reviews on the Cody match. We didn't. Okay, Tim, we didn't talk about In Your House, but since you brought it up, we can do that. J-Bone, did you get to check out in your house?
I did. I mean, I was doing some other stuff at the time, but I got to see the gist of it. From what I
What
saw,
was your
good
favorite
show,
match
man.
on in your house, T-Pain?
I'll tell you my favorite real quick was the Creed brothers versus who was the team they were taking on, that tag team. How do you know they're
The Creed brothers versus
they kind of remind
Pretty
me of the whole
Deadly.
Johnny.
Pretty Deadly.
Yes, that was a banger of a tag team match, dude. That was.
I don't know that I can get with
really
their
enjoyed
shtick, but Pretty Deadly is a hell of a tag
I
team.
can't. Like I said, I was doing other things. I was cleaning up around the house, and I was trying to keep my eye on it. Look wise, whatever, do your thing. But as far as the match, dude, that was good. That was a good title match. I enjoyed that one. And then the main event, obviously, that what can you say about Braun Breaker, dude? I mean, dude.
Chris is asking in the comments, what is J-Bone's Twitter? What is J-Bone's Twitter?
See it on there? Is it not on the bottom?
You can't see it right now because of the way that things are.
You follow me, man, at the J-Bone Show on Twitter. The J-Bone Show.
I completely agree with you, Brock. The Creed brothers are legit. I don't know. What do you guys think the future for the Diamond Mine is? I mean, we've already seen Malcolm Bivens, now again known as Stokely Hathaway, on AEW with Jade. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna see with the Diamond Mine. I think the Creed brothers are a money tag team. Dude, they're a couple of bruisers. Obviously, I love the wrestling background. Damon Kemp that they got in there is another banger of a badass athlete as well. Good stuff. One of the things that stuck out to me, man, is like, I think we've talked about it a few times on the show. Great match between Legado del Fantasma and the Tony D'Angelo family. But man, it's like all these new young bucks are taking over the old the old guard of NXT. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Legado de Fantasma joining the D'Angelo family, bro?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like that whole thing, the whole Italian thing. Like, I like that gimmick, man. I get a kick out of that. But the match for me that I liked the most, I think, was the NXT, the North American title. Was it Carmelo Hayes and what's that dude?
Dude, that was banger.
Cameron
Grimes.
That was a good match. I actually got to see that one from start to finish. Banger of a match, dude. Both those guys. I know the whole thing now is like you don't want to see these guys go up to the main roster because, let's be honest, they're gonna ruin it, right? But I want to see more from those guys, dude, because sky's the limit. What's Cameron Grimes' gimmick to the moon? That dude has got it. He's entertaining, dude. Entertaining as hell.
Hey man, he's got like the most badass theme song pretty much in NXT.
Yeah.
I got to meet him while we were in Dallas. Good dude. I've been watching him since he was one Trevor Lee back in the day. In Impact, like I said, shout out to him. But we have a new North American champion in Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to be money for them for years to come. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not telling this to anybody who follows the indie scene. I mean, Carmelo has been doing his thing. But I cannot stand, dude. Trick Williams almost seems kind of. Brock said, no matter how good Carmelo Hayes is, he can't stand Trick Williams.
That's the guy he's with, right? Yeah. I could do without that guy. I'm cool with that. We could get rid of that guy. No disrespect to the man, everybody do the thing, but yeah, you get that guy out of there.
No, and I completely agree with that, Chris. I mean, there's definitely people that I'm still a fan of. I think as we've talked about multiple times on this show, I think Braun Breaker is going to be somebody who's going to be a big star for him. We saw him retain his title against Joe Gacy. We saw Tim say in the comments that he's a big fan of Gacy's work. I've been saying nothing but good things about Gacy since we saw him when we got to work with Evolve. And he used to be part of the Unwanted with Eddie Kingston and Colby Carino and all them in Evolve, man. Joe Gacy is definitely money. Good match. I think the right guy still got the title. I think Braun is going to be money for WWE for a long time to come.
At this point, though, I was making this argument on Twitter, man. Like, at this point, like, you can't move him for a long time, I don't think, because honestly, who would take over that top spot in NXT right now? There's really there's really nothing there as far as like the top guy, right?
Not as another top guy where I'm like, yo, this guy's going to do it.
He's just
I
kind of
don't
stuck in
know.
a position until they come up with something because I mean, I feel like he's the guy you could move at any time and he's going to be gold on the main roster no matter what. But
I mean, Braun
where does that
Breaker's
leave
a cookie cutter for,
Yeah.
Raw or SmackDown, whichever way they go. But again, like you said, where's that leave NXT? That's why I really hope in the next few weeks we really see them kind of jump on getting a more solidified number one guy, the next guy to come at Braun. I don't know who that is. If you guys watch NXT like that, let me know who you guys would like to see with that. What were your thoughts with what we saw from the women's side of things on NXT TakeOver? You had yeah, man, you had or not TakeOver, excuse me, NXT in your house. You had Toxic Attraction. Right? Well, no, yeah, you had Toxic Attraction versus not Catanzaro anymore. Katana. I don't know what they changed their last name to. Yeah, there you go. Katana Chance and Caden Carter, formerly Casey Catanzaro. That turned out to be a pretty good match, and I've said it for years. Oh my God, Caden Carter is underratedly beautiful. Just saying.
Yeah, hey, I mean, most of them are, man, and it's never a bad thing seeing Gigi Dolan on the TV screen there. So, but hey,
you're not wrong.
More good stuff, man. Good matches. That was another show that was from top to bottom pretty solid matches throughout. From what I saw, like I said, I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch the whole thing, but top to bottom, that whole card was pretty good, man. And from what I saw, and then the title match, the Mandy Rose versus what's her name?
Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu. I was sitting there watching, like, how is she moving, Wendy Chu? How does she move the way she moves in that like old school jogging suit, dude? Because I mean, you know how it is. You get sweaty.
Jogging suit. She's in a straight onesie, bro.
You can't even move in that thing. And I see she like unzipped it and tried to take it off, and she was getting stuck. I'm like, dude, that's got to be the most uncomfortable thing to wrestle in, dude. No thanks. But hey,
Nikita's injured. The finest women in NXT. Dude, you're not wrong. Nikita Lyons could be my future wife. I'm just saying. I am just saying.
She broke the internet with her first pinfall. I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude, you're not kidding. Her just the way she pins people is money. Shout out to Chris. He says Grayson Waller's going to be an NXT champion. Hey, man, that kid's got a lot of potential in him. You know, we saw him show up here in Detroit at Raw. I definitely think he's somebody we could see there for that. I don't know, man. I think we've pretty much covered pretty much everything there is on WWE Hell in a Cell. Like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button. Let us know what you think and what you thought of Hell in a Cell and NXT in your house. Like I said, this week, big week for us here at Knockouts and 3 Counts. Oh, damn. And you're not lying. I'm a big fan of Roxanne Perez, formerly Roxy, or Ring of Honor, former Ring of Honor world champion in the finals of the NXT breakout tournament. Kind of wonky way to get Stratton in there. But I think Roxanne Perez needs to get the dub there. Grayson in NXT, Hysteria in WWE. I mean, hey, dude, you're not wrong. Yeah, Grayson Waller definitely could be one of the future guys there in NXT 100. Did you guys speak briefly on the Haney versus Kambosos fight? No, Chris, I did not get to talk about Haney and Kambosos yet. We're going to talk about that a little bit on Tuesday with Uncle Chase Burnett. And like I said, I haven't announced it on our social medias yet, but since you're watching here, we will be joined this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, by Britain Hart Beltran of Bare Knuckle FC before she gets ready to step in that squared circle with Rowdy Beck Rawlings, formerly of the UFC. Like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we are bringing that heat over here at Knockouts and 3 Counts. And I don't know, man, like I said, if you're at these shows, make sure you're looking out because there's a lot of stuff coming. You've got Lights Out coming this month. You've got AEW coming this month. You've got GCW coming this month. And guess what? Knockouts and 3 Counts will be in the building in this motherfucker. And what about MJF's photo bomb or pipe bomb? MJF's pipe bomb. We are going to talk about that as well tomorrow with Uncle Chase. Since the last time Uncle Chase came on here, he wanted to drop pipe bombs about horror slam. Who better to ask?
We're just hoarding the topics, man. They want more. They want more. They got to tune
That's
in,
what
man.
I'm talking about. You guys want more? You got to make sure you check us out this Tuesday at 9. Make sure you're subscribed on all the podcast platforms so you don't never miss a thing. Like I said, we are going to talk the MJF pipe bomb. We are going to talk about Kambosos versus Haney and Devin Haney popping Kambosos' forehead with that jab in Australia. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about. So until next time in this Tuesday, let's hope I don't die from slinging the mail. Peace.